Maya.
Here we go.
Touching gloves and we're off. Beaumont, a little bit of a reach advantage, but Cyrus doesn't look like he's backing down from that at all.
Both guys taking their tires.
Cyrus connecting with those overhand rights, just right over Bo's left hand.
Cyrus with a really good tie clinch. And notice that he was trying to control Beaumont with the back of his
Nice
hand.
stiff jab.
Oh
my God!
put him down with a body shot.
And fighting out of the red corner, please welcome Cyrus.
And here we go.
Another fight underway. Cyrus putting together a couple of combinations here.
Oh, Cyrus is just picking them apart. Isaac's
Flipping out those kicks pretty aggressively.
Isaac's gonna need to slow this down.
Just missing with that with that hard left hook. Beautiful takedown. Isaac's just covering up. He's not looking. He's not really. They're going to call it right there.
Yeah.
All right. So, I want to talk about something that forever has changed my life. Okay, I got my Bev right here. Squirt mixed with some Don Julio 7. All right. So, after this moment in my life, I truly understood the power of someone's mind. For the past like 10 years, I would say, I would understand I would have a general concept of understanding manifestation, understanding things called semen retention, understanding how powerful affirmations are. But it was just a general concept. It was just like that surface level understanding. I didn't truly apply these things and see the benefits of my actions until I went through this pivotal moment in my life. And for me, that was fighting. And I'll get to why in a second. But when you're fighting inside a cage, it's not just you show up and you go inside the cage and you just throw hands and you walk away. You know, there's a whole series of events that led up to that moment of either someone getting their hand raised or someone just getting plain out knocked out. And not the average person sees that. Only the people that you train with, only the people that's closest to you will ever understand what it means to be a fighter, you know, and to fight in a cage. And I don't claim to be a fighter. I actually don't fight anymore. I train here and there, but it's not like something that I would like a career that I would take serious. But I have learned a great lesson through preparing for a fight and fighting. So to get to it, one of the biggest things that I learned was grit, and not to underestimate my own willpower. Every day when you're constantly thinking to yourself, man, I want to quit, I just want to pull out, I want to just give up, I don't want to go to work and have to spar right after. I don't want to have to deal with the pressure of my loved ones and my training partners' expectations to win. All this pressure on your shoulders, you just want to give up, you know. But every single day, it doesn't matter what I thought, I had to show up. I had to show up, and I had to freaking execute. Not only just show up, but execute. Give 110% of my willpower, of my energy, of everything. And this is how my day-to-day looked leading up to the fight. And I'll drop a couple clips later on in the video of how my fights went. But literally, I would wake up 10 o'clock. No, sorry. 9 o'clock, you know, that's not too early, thank God. And I would go to work. And I would work at a barbershop. I would be cutting hair till about 3:30. And I would get off and head to my gym. Then I would teach kids Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from about 4 o'clock to 5. After that, I would do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for myself from about 5:30 to 7:30, you know, around there, around that ballpark. After I do my ground game, I would head over to my striking coach and train till about, after I get off for Jiu-Jitsu around 7:30 till about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. And then I was doing striking, MMA, you know. So after I got done teaching kids, I went to go train myself in Jiu-Jitsu. And then after I did striking / MMA, you know, Muay Thai, hitting pad work, sparring, you know, doing all that such. And then I would get home at 10 o'clock. So for 10 to 10, I was jam-packed busy. Wasn't sitting down. I wasn't just dilly-daddling around, just jerking off. You know, I was busy from 10 to 10. And it wasn't just like normal work. I had to freaking spar. I had to train hard. And it was very exhausting. And not only to mention that was just what I had to do inside, you know, inside my 10 to 10. After that, I had to run, I had to do jump rope, I had to lift weights, you know, and that's not even accounting that. So after I would get off at like 9:30, 10, I would go hit 24-hour fitness, and I would run like 2 to 3 miles, hit the Airdyne bike for 5 miles, and not lift weights for a couple of the days. Like maybe 3 days out the week I would lift weights, and then the other days I would just do cardio, because cardio is more important than weights at the weight I was fighting at. Yeah, it was a crazy time, man. And there wasn't a day that I didn't want to quit, you know. There wasn't a day that I was just like, oh, I want to get up today, I want to do this, like I can't wait to do this. No, every single day, I swear to you that I hated it. I hated it and hated it and hated it. But in order to have an outcome, you have to show up every day. You have to show up every single day in order to see results. If you don't give your all, then your results will be mediocre. If you have average efforts, you will have average results, you know. And that's what I learned. That's what I learned through this recent training camps. That's what I learned through getting up every single day that I hated it. And I went out there and I won. I only fought 2 times, but I had endless amount of jiu-jitsu matches growing up. Endless amount. More the times than I can remember. You know, and there's proof of that. If you just search up my name and jiu-jitsu, you'll see all my matches, you know, and not even actually all of them, but you'll see like a small portion of them as a kid. But I will never trade those lessons that I learned for anything in the world, because what I learned through that hard work of just getting up every single day when I don't want to is now I could transfer that same energy and those same lessons into a business, into growing businesses, into growing my self-improvement, growing my own self. And yeah, it's something that I will never, ever, ever regret. I am wholeheartedly thankful that I put myself through those trials and tribulations so I could learn, so I could become a better and upgraded version of myself. And I'm not saying you have to go out there and you have to fight, or you have to go out there and join your local MMA gym, which is a very good thing to do. I'm not saying you have to do that, but do things that you're scared of. I was scared, man. I was always thinking like anything could happen in that cage. I can get knocked out in front of my friends and my family and my loved ones, in front of my girl. Imagine getting laid out in front of just hundreds of people and they're all just like, ooh, ooh, while you're sitting there just on the ground, just knocked out. Yeah, no, it's not a pretty thought to have. But back to what I was saying, you have to do things that you're scared of. That trigger that fear in you. You know, if you're scared of doing that one thing and you know that thing might, you know, set you to that next level, do that. That is your soul guiding you. Like, okay, this is scary. This is triggering fear, but a part of me knows that, okay, that's the leap I need to take to get to this next level, you know? And even let's say you fail at your original plan, man, you learn things as you go, you know, things that you can apply when you come back again and you try again. So in reality, do you really fail? When you accumulate a bunch of these lessons, eventually that's gonna pay off. Eventually you're gonna end up succeeding, you know? And then everything will be worth it. So that's where I would start, man. It's just fear, man. Conquer that fear. And then from then on, you learn, you understand like the power of your own mind. Now you have confidence. Now you can say, oh, I could do that. I've been through worse. I could show up every single day to work. I showed up and I did more than just every day at work. I fought and then I freaking trained. I lifted weights and I ran miles. And I sweated profusely, bled, busted lips, shiners all over my face, scratches, bruises all over my body, legs shot from getting leg kicked. Man, those lessons I will never, ever, ever forget. And that's something not a lot of men could say. Not a lot of men could say, hey, I freaking went inside a cage and I fought another man. I fought another human being. Not even a lot of people could say like, oh, I sparred somebody at my gym. Not a lot of people could say like, oh, I went toe to toe with other pro fighters. You know, that you've sparred other well-known and very well-rounded fighters. So it's something that gives you confidence and that you can draw confidence from. It's something that gave me confidence and I draw confidence from it. Yeah. I'm now applying what I learned from these recent couple years fighting into my daily life. And it gives me courage. It gives me strength. When you don't shy away and you don't quit and you don't give up when you're encountering a tough situation and you keep pushing through it, you're building that confidence muscle. But when you quit and when you tell yourself, man, I'm just gonna give up. Yeah, you're teaching yourself to be insecure. You're teaching yourself to shrink yourself, to give up. You know, it's not a good effect when you give up. You know, it does nothing good for you. When you push through and when you overcome all that stuff, you draw that strength. That way in your next obstacle, you can tackle it with more focus. Yeah, guys, there's no other way else to put it. I mean, there's not a lot of people watching these yet, but it's still that blueprint. As long as I never delete these videos, it's always going to be out there for anybody to see. And hopefully you can soak up some game. Hopefully whoever watches out there, at least one person can watch out there and think like, and get encouraged to step out their comfort zone, to challenge themselves, you know, because a warrior doesn't become a warrior overnight. There is no warrior that's born a warrior. You know, you might have that warrior spirit, but a warrior is born through training, through rigorous training, through combat, through tested combat, you know, through overcoming challenges over and over and over and over and over again. Warrior spirit is everything. You know, so if I can inspire someone out here, just one person to have a warrior spirit, hey, that's good enough for me. So on to the clips here now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, if anybody likes this fire setting, I thought about it a little bit. I kind of like this, so maybe we'll see you guys again with the fire. All right, peace out.
You be a strong man, you be a good man, and you just let the world rage around you.
Yeah.